So, school sports days are fast approaching and more schools are moving away from having a competition element to the day, with spectators, instead of being asked to cheer for their individual son or daughter, they've been asked to cheer for everyone, and all those taking part win a trophy. So, is competition bad for children? Roman, what do you think?
I mean, look, I think in terms of competition, it can kind of go two ways. You can either end up with a child that is very upset at the end of the day or a child that is absolutely elated. But I think there are certain lessons that, you know, we have to learn as kids. You know, for me, growing up, it was, you know, my parents wanted us to have pets and dogs because it would help us to learn with loss, like, later on in life. But I think when it comes to sports day, I think ambition's a good thing, to be able to have drive, to want to be the best at something. Granted, sometimes it can go a little bit wrong, or like you can have some parents that take it a little bit too far. I remember a friend of mine at school, we kind of grew up when we would play football. His dad actually got banned from watching us play football. We were 7. So much so that he was shouting so much, they banned him from watching it at the school. And then one day, he just turned up and you could hear, "You're ball watching, you're ball watching." It was coming from the field that was opposite next door, through the bushes like that.
There's always a way around it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it can go either way.
Now, Mike, obviously a professional rugby player. You started rugby at a very young age. Same for you, Johanna, started dancing at a very young age. Competition is a part of life. Competition is a part of sport. Do the two mirror each other? And is competition for kids good? I think it really is.
No, I completely agree with you. I think there needs competition. There is an art to learning how to lose as well, and taking it the right point. Is taking it the right way. Like sport, you always want to win. You should always want to win. You should be driven to always win. But you also have to be able to, if someone is better on the day, you should be able to take that. Now, there's an age thing. When does that sort of come in to affect how old should someone be before you are driving competition? But I always think, even from an early age, kids want to win. They want to chase. They want to aspire. If there's a kid just slightly faster than you, I remember it, I'd always want to try and beat him. So I'd be chasing him. Now, it might not always happen, but if you've got a good teacher who can explain to you, like, you were so close, you were better, maybe your PB was better, and you can reinforce that way, I still think having that competition element is key. That, you know, you could talk about it now in terms of, you look at New Zealand, for example, in rugby, they split the weights around, so heavier guys.
No matter what the age group?
Yeah, so they play a lot of it on weight rather than on age.
That's interesting.
So that people are competing with people of the same size and this and that. Now, that doesn't necessarily connect to sports day, but maybe you can split equal ability so that people can compete against someone that they could be.
I like that.
And then you are still promoting competition whilst it being fair, where someone doesn't rock up and go, "I think I'm just going to lose. What's the point of me being here?"
What are you like with the kids at home?
I
know what they're like. I know what you like. They've never won a thing that they've competed against you, Mike.
It's bad that I think every time I'm going, I can't let them win. But then it's a balance. I always let Mia win occasionally, but then also we have races up the stairs and stuff. She race to her bedroom. But I always make sure I beat her a few times, because she absolutely goes mad, because she's really competitive. But it's part of making sure she also understands that she has to be able to take losing every now and again.
Yeah, Johannes, there can only ever be one winner. So what does competing in sports day, what does that teach our kids, do you think?
Resilience. I say resilience because that's what it has taught me. I mean, the rigorous training that I received, that I got when I was a young boy, I honestly think it has contributed to where I am today. And without it, I wouldn't be. So I'm all up for cheering for everybody, and I think it's good in today's age.
But also, from knowing you as well as I know you through my wife, Strictly Come Dancing's Tess Daly, you're really competitive, but also you've got a really good work ethic. Is that something you learned as a young kid?
You do, and especially in my world, you understand what I'm saying? You understand that there's a place for everybody. And that is why I say first, second, third, it's not a bad thing for kids to know where they stand in the world, so that you can go out and compete with the rest of the world. Remember where you come from, or your circumstances for that matter. I don't know, I just think competition is very, very, very healthy.
Well, life's a competition, isn't it? Yeah. You know, life's not easy. It's a game that we're playing day to day, 24/7. And we're competing not only against ourselves, but also with, like you said, the outside world and everyone else.
In some ways, sport's easy because you can see your competitor in the real world. You can't actually see it, so you have to motivate yourself to get up there because someone who you don't know is sneaking around the corner.
Yeah, I think definitely, just quickly, I think you need to always win as much as possible against your kids, because my dad rused the day that he realised that I was beating him for real. And the tears started flowing for him, and now he wishes I would let him win.
Did the arm wrestle go from let him win, and then it became oh, hang on a minute, Roman, hang on a minute, that's my guitar hand, 1 second. Easy.